Hey, I'm Matt. Today I want to talk to you about 5 Christmas gifts that most any woodworker would love to have. And if you stick around, we'll do a bonus gift, a little stocking stuffer. Let me show you what I got. If you're interested in any of the tools and products you see in the video today, there'll be a link in the description below. If you're looking for the can't go wrong, every woodworker will love gift, this is what you buy. Clamps. They don't call me middle name Clamps for nothing. These are some of the best on the market as far as I'm concerned. These are Bessie parallel clamps. Parallel clamps will help you when you're gluing up panels like tabletops, cutting boards, things like that, because these two jaws will always stay parallel. Other lower end brands will have problems with these two jaws actually staying parallel. They'll actually kind of cant on you and cause problems. I highly recommend Bessie's. They are a little pricey, but you do get what you pay for on these. These are 24-inch clamps. These are probably my most used size clamps that I use. I do have the 50-inch clamps, which are 50 inches long. They give you 50 inches of clamping capacity. And while these are great, they're very big and kind of cumbersome to store and work around. If you're not gluing up big stuff, then you probably won't need the 50s. However, they're great when you need them. A much cheaper solution would be to pick up these extenders that Bessie's makes. I think these are like $28 a set, because you're taking 2 of your clamps and you can join them together. Bolts will attach there and you've got nice extended clamping capacity at a lower cost. So these are both 24, so it wouldn't give you 48 inches of clamping. It would be, let's find out, about 53.5 inches of clamping capacity if you take off this one and leave this one, just flip this one around so that you're clamping in that direction. One thing I like about the extender is it's kind of a tongue and groove type thing where these are made to slide in there, so they can't come up out of there. They have to slide in, and then these bolts are going to hold it in place. It's going to be extremely secure, and it has these feet on there that hold them at the exact right height so that everything still stays level and parallel. Another great option for clamps that are a lot less expensive than parallel clamps are these quick clamps or squeeze clamps. These work extremely well for small projects where you just need to hold something in place while you attach it or screw it or glue it or however you're doing it. These are really good clamps as well. I believe these are 18-inch clamps and they work extremely well for light duty clamping. If you're looking for more of an F-style clamp, these are excellent clamps to have, especially when you're using these for holding cauls, things like that. Cauls are 2 pieces of wood that go perpendicular to your panel to hold it flat while the glue dries. That's what I use these for most often. I think these are 12-inch Jorgensen brand clamps. I like them because the grip on these are kind of fatter. You can get a little more gripping pressure and clamping pressure because of the diameter of the clamp handle. Another cost-effective way to pick up a lot of clamps that have extremely strong or powerful clamping capacity are pipe clamps. This is a 36-inch piece of 3/4-inch pipe, and then you just buy the pipe clamps to go on there. They're very inexpensive, and you can pick up various lengths of pipes at your local hardware store, but you could also pick up this 3/4-inch pipe from Amazon, and you could just go ahead and put everything together, and you'll have 36-inch clamps. I have several of these, very inexpensive, and they actually operate very similar to a parallel clamp, whereas these two jaws should be parallel when you clamp them down tight. Now, I will warn you that if you try to go cheap on clamps, it may cost you in the long run, because cheaper clamps tend to bow and bend and don't actually hold the parallel like they should. I believe if you stick with the name brand like Bessie, Jet, that type thing, you'll be better off in the long run. I send out emails a couple of times a week to keep you updated on our new content that sometimes YouTube doesn't show you or let you know about. If you're interested in signing up for that newsletter, there'll be a link in the description below for that sign up. Next up is the 1, 2, 3 setup blocks. They actually come in packages of 2. The reason they're called 1, 2, 3 setup blocks is they're a 1-inch thick, 2 inches wide, 3 inches long, precisely. As you can see here, I checked the measurements with my Woodpeckers edge rules, and you can see that they're exactly 1 inch by 2 inch by 3 inch. And why that matters is you can actually use these to set up how far the distance is from your fence to your saw blade, the fence to the router bit if you're doing dados and grooves. These things are perfectly square on all sides. What I do use them for is checking the square of the fence on your jointer, checking the square of the fence on your router, as well as on the table saw. These things have a ton of uses in the shop. You can check the square of your blade to your table saw, you check the square on your miter saw, you can check the square on your bandsaw. You can see mine's a little bit out here and needs to be adjusted. You can also check the square on your drill press to make sure that your drill bit is parallel or square to the stock that you're going to be drilling into. You can check to make sure that the outfeed portion of your jointer is at the exact level of your blades. You can combine these in any orientation to get, say, 4 inches or 6 inches or even 2 inches away if you're setting your fence from your blade. For different setups, you can also use other setup blocks like these brass setup blocks that I have to actually help kind of micro adjust anything you wanted. And these are very inexpensive and they're super handy to have in the shop, and they make excellent gifts to give. These have holes in them, as you can see, and they actually have threaded holes in some, and those are made so that you could actually attach them together using a bolt or some type of maybe all thread, things like that. That's mostly for machinery type stuff or machining 1, 2, 3 blocks is why they're called that. However, in the wood shop, I don't think you'll ever use that because you can just set them side by side, or you can just use them as squares, spacers, straight edges, whatever you want. These are extremely handy to have in the shop. Next up, I'm gonna combine these as table saw accessory gifts because they're fairly inexpensive, but they're extremely valuable to have in the shop. Now, this is probably one of my favorite things I've picked up recently, and this is called a Hedgehog featherboard. If you ever used a regular featherboard before, it usually has 2 of these twist knobs. Like this one, this is a Mousecraft featherboard. It's all right. The reason I don't care for it is because it gets stuck, as you see here. You kind of have to jiggle it to get it to where you want it, and it hangs, and it's just kind of cumbersome to use. This is the Hedgehog featherboard, and the purpose of the featherboard, if you don't know, is to hold your stock firm against the fence to prevent kickbacks and so that you get repeatable, accurate cuts. If you're making thin rips or certain size rips, you want them all the same. Just make sure that there's no drifting away from that fence at any point on this side of the blade. Don't use it on the far side of the blade. Use it back here before it actually hits the blade. You want to move that toward the stock, hold it in place, and then you can just tighten it up. You can do it with one hand if you want, but it is easier with 2. So you just rotate it. So what I like to do is right before it gets to that blade, it's not going to touch the blade. You're going to get it right there on the edge of that wood, and you'll tighten down this hand screw. When you push this by, you'll notice that the feathers on the featherboard hold that in place, and I'm pulling backwards, and it's really difficult to push back, which prevents kickback. This is one of the most useful tools on the table saw that I've had in quite a while. I actually like how adjustable it is, how fast it is, and how easy to adjust. It's just a no-brainer when you're picking up an accessory for the table saw. The next thing that I've really enjoyed having is this MicroJig gripper. You could use this on the table saw, the jointer, or the router table. It's just so easy to adjust. It doesn't matter if you're using it on a flat surface or if you want to give a little bit more stability, especially when you're cutting small stock, pushing it through the blade. What I like about it is you can adjust this piece here. And now if I was making that cut, you can see here that the blade will actually pass inside here. My hand never gets close to the blade, and I'm able to hold firm pressure down on the stock that I'm cutting. And this is just a super safe and simple way to cut stock on the table saw using this method. It has these rubber feet on the bottom that helps grip, otherwise known as the gripper. It's a non-slip type rubber material on the bottom. It keeps it from moving. If I was trying to push this by on a regular push stick, when I go by, it's going to be really close to the old fingers. I can use this extra foot out here to give me stability on the cut so that this isn't moving. So if I was going to make this cut on this piece of walnut, it's going to be a real thin piece. I can actually push that stock through the blade, keep pressure against the fence and down towards the table at the same time, and make that cut without ever getting close to the blade. It's just a good product. And if you buy this from TakeTools.com, you can use code 731MicroJig10 to save you 10% off an awesome product. This is a digital angle finder, another table saw accessory. I use these things all the time. The previous version I had like those round type batteries, like you use in a watch, or it's just a small battery. It didn't last very long. This uses a AAA battery. It lasts longer, and it's very much easier to find a AAA battery to fit. What I like about this one is it's backlit, so when you press the on button, you see the lights up. It has 2 buttons, on and off, and 0. What you do is set it on the table saw. It has magnets in the bottom, so it actually sticks to the saw and the blade. When you click that 0 button, it doesn't matter if your table saw is actually level, because when you hit 0, it's going to assume that 0 is level. So when you take it off of there and stick it to your blade, and you get it to the 90 degree, it's going to be 90 degrees to your table saw, no matter if your table saw was actually flat or not. And while you could use, and will probably still use, the 1, 2, 3 setup blocks to get the 0 or the 90 degree, angle, this is perfect for setting anything in between that and 45 degrees. I use these all the time, especially if you're going to use it for a 20-degree angle, 30, 40, 45. If you need those type angles, this is a great way to easily set those up. One of the great things about these is you tend to lose small things in the shop. Well, with this being magnetic, you can just stick it to your saw and you know where it's at all the time. For under $25, a no-brainer gift. Every woodworker needs a combination square in the shop, and I've got a good and a better version of those for you to choose from. This is a Swanson brand. It's accurate. This is what I like about it. You can actually take these setup blocks we saw earlier just to check the square of it. This thing is extremely square. This one also is very accurate and square, straight from the factory. You're not gonna have to worry about any issues there. I use a combination square in the shop all the time. So if you're gonna set a rail around the base of a coffee table or an end table, you want them all to be exactly 2 inches. I'll set my combination square at 2 inches and make a mark on all the feet so that I know they're all exactly 2 inches. And what a combination square does, it allows you to do 45-degree angles as well as 90-degree angles. If we're wanting to make a mark at 3 inches, we can just drag this along, make that 3-inch mark. We'll have a line to cut, or where we're gonna join something. Has a level on there, and never used that day of my life. This has a few features that the Swanson doesn't. This is the one I would recommend. This is a fantastic combination square. I love that it has this little piece you can push out there that holds it onto your stock at the exact same level as the blade here. This one doesn't have that, so what does that matter? It's just more convenient. Convenience matters. Put this on there, let go. I actually didn't mean to do that. So when you put this one on there, it's going to fall, obviously, because there's nothing holding it up. And you can hold it up, it's not a big deal, but this makes it more convenient. It also has this stop that you can push that actually has an indentation, so you know you're hitting that at every inch. So if I wanted to, this is set at 8 inches, and I know that it's precise because I'm in that positive stop. If I want to make a mark at 2 inches, I can just use that groove that's already there, and I'll get a straight and accurate mark every time. If I needed to do one at 3 inches, got it there, 4 inches, 5. So you can see that it's extremely easy to use these for marking and laying out your work. I featured these edge rules on a previous video. What I like about Woodpeckers is they're all made in the USA. The most important thing about these products is they're extremely accurate. If you go watch the video with the pocket rules, you'll see where I've taken 2 or 3 different tape measures and laid them out and showed you they were all 3 different. That's the great thing about the Woodpecker brand tools is they're all the same. You can see that 1 inch on the Paolini pocket rule is 1 inch on the indexable square. It's also 1 inch on the edge rule. So all of these are exactly accurate. That matters when you're building stuff, that way stuff don't come out all wampy-jaw. What I like about this Woodpeckers combination square, on this line you have marks every 1/16 of an inch that you can use to set your pencil in and make that mark. And on this line you have them every 1/8 inch. Now they're also in metric versions if you want millimeters. This is the Imperial version or the American version, and it's got all those 1/8 and 1/16 and that sort of thing. I have become a big fan of Woodpeckers tools. Yes, they cost more. They are a premium product. However, they're very accurate, and that matters more and more as you progress in your woodworking. Doesn't matter if you go with the Swanson brand or the Woodpeckers brand, you'll be happy with either one of these. This is a little better, has a lot more features than this, but for a basic tri-square or combination square, this is the one you want to check out. Every worker needs a good pair of boots, and these are Brunt Workwear work boots. They sent me these a few weeks ago, and I've been wearing them and using them around the shop. You can see they've got sawdust on them. I've been kind of scuffing them up and roughing them up and wearing them. They're extremely comfortable to wear all day long. I've been wearing them hours on end. These are the Marrin unlined, meaning they're not lined. So for warmer climates like in South Arkansas, that's why I chose the unlined. They do have a lined version that's also waterproof as well. They have a insert in there that makes them, it says triple layer comfort. It's a softer type insole, so it's not a hard feeling when you're standing on them, especially if you're going to be on your feet all day. These are extremely comfortable. These are the first pair of lace-up work boots I've ever had. I've always had pull-on work boots, and I do like that these keep the ankle and all stable. When you tie these up tight, everything's nice and stable to help prevent any ankle turns. They don't advertise that, but that's kind of the way I felt about it. Brunt offers several styles of work boots. They have the Marrin, the Ring, the Perkins, the Bolduc, and the D'Estasio. I probably mispronounce a lot of those. If you get the line version, they're going to be waterproof. They have electrical hazard rating as well as they're slip and oil resistant. The only difference between these and the line version is these aren't waterproof. And these will be cooler in warmer temperature, warmer climates. They have a pull-on version of the work boot called the Bulldog if you are into pull-ons. I like these tie work boots. They take a little longer to put on versus pull-ons, but they're extremely comfortable. This is full grain leather. There's nothing fake there. They're double stitched. They're gonna last you a long time, and they're really highly rated. I actually read through a bunch of their reviews, and a lot of people are very impressed with them. Brunt reached out to me, but when I researched them, as I do anybody that reaches out to me, I respected the fact that it's a single guy who decided to chase a dream and I wanted to own a workwear company to provide the best deals possible for those blue-collar workers. Anybody that wants to chase their dreams and has the determination to go after it, man, I can respect that. They have some for electricians. They have some with composite toes if your company requires steel toes or composite toes, safety toe shoes. They have the line ones if you need a waterproof boot or in a colder climate. They have pull-on boots. They have just about anything you would need, and they ship direct to you, free shipping, and they'll take them back within 30 days. No questions asked if you're not happy with them. A bonus gift that you or your woodworker in your life will use all the time it won't break the bank. The Woodpeckers Paolini pocket rule. This thing is really useful. It's lightweight. It go in your pocket if you wear like an apron. And this thing will go right there, or it's just convenient to have in the shop. Let me show you. So this is aluminum that has laser etched markings. It's not going to be rubbed off. This is also aluminum slide rule. So if I was going to make, say, a mark at 2 inches, like we did previously, tighten those two thumb screws down. This actually has an indentation for marking. It's made specifically for that. You can see the little white half circle there. That's where your pencil goes. So this is the previous mark. We'll see if they line up. Look at that, perfectly aligned mark. That was 2 inches from the indexable square mark, and then also 2 inches from the Paolini square mark. You can see that they're extremely accurate. That's one of the great things I love about Woodpeckers tools. This also has a vertical scale on here on the end, which is extremely handy, all the way up to 1 inch. So this is a 1 inch wide blade, so you can actually use that to set up router bits or table saw blade or anything like that. It's just a really good handy tool to have in the shop, and that's your bonus. And bonus gift number 2 is actually a free gift and the most valuable gift you'll ever receive. I'll put it as the first link in the description. It's going to be titled free gift. Just click that and go check out more information on that. And if you like it, you can copy and paste that and send it to your friends and your family so they can receive the free gift as well. If this video brought you value and you haven't done so already, click that subscribe button, click the bell icon next to it so you get notified of all the new content we've got coming. Now, if you like this video, you'll love that video right there. That's 5 tools you didn't know you needed until now, volume 1 and volume 2 of that series right there. Clicking either one of those boxes gets you that big old virtual fist bump. Either one of those will make great Christmas gifts as well.